evening and good to have you with us in the 9 p.m. edition of the Urban Debate. We put the spotlight on vaccination yet again, and there are multiple aspects I'm going to talk about today. One, of course, is the vaccination price debate. Now, as you know, viewers, there was differential pricing announced by the vaccine makers for central government, for state governments and private hospitals. Now, as they became a big debate and state after state raised the issue of the high prices that they were being asked to pay, the center held a meeting with the vaccine makers and told them to reduce prices. And so Serum Institute today came out and announced that for the states, instead of charging 400 rupees per dose, they will charge 300 rupees per dose. There's no change in the prices for the private hospitals, which continues to be 600 rupees per dose. There is still some confusion on what center will continue to pay. They're currently paying about 157 rupees per dose. We don't know how long that contract will continue, for how many more doses, but still the difference between the center and the state governments is almost double, even now. That being said, the vaccination price debate is back. And I'm going to ask our political parties today if they think this change in price by Serum, and of course one can expect the same to come from Bharat Biotech as well, if this really puts an end to the differential pricing part, will they be able to at least fund this much? The second aspect is the state of vaccination. We just broke a story here on Mirror Now of how in Mumbai, most vaccination centers will be shut tomorrow. The ones which will be functional will only have limited stocks meant for those who are eligible for their second dose, because supplies are running low yet again. Now, a lot of us were supremely excited about the registrations beginning today, because starting 1st of May, it's vaccine for all, everybody above the age of 18. So at 4 p.m. this evening, when the registration opened across the portals, whether it was Arogya Setu or the CoWIN website or even the CoWIN portal, there was obviously heavy traffic. In the first hour, we are told there were about 35 registrations done, 35 lakh registrations done, myself included. But everybody has the same story to tell. They don't have vaccine slots yet. I don't have an appointment yet. I don't know when I will get my vaccine shot. And that is simply because the states don't have vaccine stocks. They don't know when they will get their vaccine stocks. There isn't enough vaccine right now with the vaccine makers. So at least till mid-May, it doesn't look like the states are getting any vaccine. So even if you're registered but not getting a slot, don't worry. It's not because there is something wrong with the portal. It's because your state doesn't have the vaccines yet. Where are we headed? Was this the right way to go? Who is going to answer all of our questions about the process from here on? Many angles to the vaccine debate tonight. I say good evening to Charu Pragya, spokesperson for the BJP, Preeti Sharma Menon of the Aam Aadmi Party, Manojit Mandal of the TMC, Anshul Avajit, national spokesperson for the Congress Party, and Sheetal Matre, spokesperson for the Shiv Sena. And let me actually start with Anshul Avajit on this one. Anshul, if you can hear me, what is your party's response on the new price that Aadhar Poonawalla is offering?
You know, Tanvi, this snakes and ladders game of vaccine pricing has to stop immediately. There is only one suggestion we have. There's only one demand we have, that is to make vaccines absolutely free. It's not going to cost you that much. By various estimates, it's going to cost you about 50,000 crore rupees, or thrice that much, which is still less than 1% of our GDP. It's much less than what the Prime Minister promised from the pulpit last year when he had this kind of absolutely vacuous and bogus a program called the Atmanirbhar Abhiyan. In fact, ever since those fatal words were uttered by the Prime Minister, we've done absolutely nothing to bolster our reaction to this pandemic. So there is only one thing that can help us in this situation. It's not going to be this 300 rupees, 600 rupees, 800 rupees, 1200 rupees. It's going to be a free vaccination for all. And I keep wondering, Mr. Adar Poonawala, Tanvi, a little while back said that, even with 150 rupees, he's making profit. I don't understand this kind of astronomical rise in vaccine prices. Do you know that the Serum Institute of India, as well as Bharat Biotech, stand to gain 1,11,000 crores, but I estimate in this vaccine coup at the moment. What is the need for this? At the moment, we don't know. What you've also started by this is an unhealthy and perverse competition between states, between the center and the states, between private hospitals and the manufacturer, between the state and the manufacturer. It's a four-way sort of tug of war between them for this. So, on all dimensions, you look at it, it's a perverse decision. The Supreme Court has come out with this extraordinary indictment of the center and asking them to clarify what is the need and what is the purpose of this differential pricing. And the center says, no, we're doing an absolutely professional job. There's a false narrative that's going on. And, our reaction to the pandemic has been no less than innovative, in which the PM and the Home Minister are actively involved. Well, the only thing they've been actively involved is the Bengal election, when the Prime Minister was marveling at the crowds, but that was standing before him. And that is the entire problem with the dispensation at the moment, that it's an entire sort of misgovernance and a staggering amount of incompetence. The only kind of competence we see with this government is attracting crowds and rallies. And of course, there is an indictment over there from the High Court as well. So, there has been an indictment from the press, from the social media platforms. From the
Anshul, I mean, all of that doesn't matter. The High Courts can say what they want clearly. The High Courts can say what they want clearly, but the elections are continuing, whether there are local body polls in Telangana or Uttar Pradesh, and of course, the state polls in West Bengal. But okay, point well made. Let me bring in Sheetal Mhatre as well of the Shiv Sena. Sheetal Mhatre, what is your party and the Maha Aghadi stand now? Is this price okay? Are you now going to go ahead and finalize your order with Serum for vaccine doses?
देखिए, पहले तो मुझे यही कहना है कि महाराष्ट्र विकास आघाड़ी, महाविकास आघाड़ी ने जो 18 से 44 इयर्स के जो लोग हैं उनको फ्री वैक्सीन देने का आज ही ऐलान किया है। आज ही हमारे सीएम उद्धव जी ठाकरे, इन्होंने आज ही ऐलान किया है कि हम इनको फ्री देंगे। तो मुझे लगता है कि हमको CR 77 लाख इतने लोगों को हमको वैक्सीन देना है। तो इसके लिए जो पैसा है वो पैसा पूरा महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट बेयर करेगा। हमने 400 रुपीस पर वैक्सीन हमने डिसाइड किया था, लेकिन अभी हमको समझा कि वो 300 में देने के लिए तैयार है, लेकिन ये सब पैसा 101% महाराष्ट्र गवर्नमेंट बेयर करेगा।
लेकिन आपने ये भी बोला है कि आपको अभी पता नहीं ये वो वैक्सीन कब पहुंचेंगी, आप ऑर्डर देंगे उसके बाद ये वैक्सीन कब तक मिलेगी? 1 तारीख को तो हमें कुछ नहीं मिलने वाला।
नहीं, बिल्कुल। हमने हमारे जो नेता है उन्होंने सोचा है कि मिड वे में हम ये शायद शुरू कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि ग्लोबल टेंडरिंग करने का सोच रहे हैं। सेंट्रल से अगर हमको वैक्सीन मिला तो ठीक है, नहीं तो हम ग्लोबल टेंडरिंग के लिए भी जाएंगे और जल्दी से जल्दी, जितना जल्दी हो सके उतना ये शुरू करने की कोशिश करेंगे, क्योंकि पहले तो 45 के ऊपर के जो लोग हैं उनका वैक्सीनेशन खत्म होना जरूरी है और वही हमको सेंट्रल से नहीं मिल रहा है। अगर आपने आज देखा तो कल से हमारे यहाँ पे भी जो भी गवर्नमेंट के वैक्सीनेशन सेंटर है वो कल बंद रखने की हमारे ऊपर नौबत आई है। तो जब तक हमारे पास इनफ वैक्सीन नहीं होगी तब तक ये चालू करना मुझे लगता है बहुत डेंजरस हो सकता है। तो जब तक हमारे पास वैक्सीन सभी के लिए या उनका जितना भी कोटा है उतना नहीं जब तक हमारे पास आता है, शायद हम वैक्सीनेशन के लिए मिड मई तक रुकेंगे।
Okay, let me very quickly bring in Preeti as well, and then Charu Pragya can respond to everybody. Preeti, what is your party stand? Are you now going to go ahead? Because frankly, we don't have time for many more back and forth negotiations on the pricing. People need the vaccine.
Today, all the states are in a position where they don't have a choice. the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi has already placed an order for vaccines, and we were quite successful in getting adequate quantities from the center in the first few months, and we were able to around 30 lakhs plus of Delhi citizens were inoculated, were vaccinated. And we would hope that if the center as well as the vaccine manufacturers give us our stock, we will be able to continue at the same pace. But for the whole country, the situation is looking rather bleak because the quantity of vaccines that are being manufactured don't keep pace with the kind of requirement that a country has. At the current pace, if we were to go, it would take 600 days to vaccinate the whole nation twice. So we really need to figure out a better strategy, a smarter strategy in getting supplies. That's one part. The second and the most shocking part is the differential pricing. Arvind Kejriwal was the first to say that one nation, one price should apply. India has had a very strong historic tradition of giving vaccines free to all. Since 70 years, right since we were a country and we were independent, we've always had free vaccination for everything. We've taken our children for BCG doses, for polio drops. There has always been centrally procured free vaccination for all citizens of India. This current trend, charging the people, of charging the governments, of charging private hospitals, is really not in the spirit of the democracy that we have. And also it's a slap in the face of the pandemic, because the pandemic is now raging. The only solution we have is the vaccination. But the BJP government doesn't seem to care in making it accessible and easily available. It's really not so much a cost for the central government. The state governments are willing to chip in. If you were all to put the price, sharing mechanism in place, that you pay half the price, the central government will pay half the price, everybody pays at 150 and gets it, all state governments would be happy to pay their share. Nobody is worried about putting their share of the money. It's just that it has to be a similar pricing so that there are no tug of wars in terms of demand supply, and that there is fairness. Just now on some channel, I heard the breaking news that Adar Poonawalla is now going to be given special security. The BJP spokespersons often tell us that those who can afford pay for the vaccine. If those who can afford it should pay for the vaccine, then why can't those who can afford security pay for the security? Why can't a Poonawalla pay for his own security if he can pay for fantastic apartments in London? Can't Kangana Ranaut pay for her security when she can pay for all her fancy wardrobes and her trips all over the world? So I think that there is...
Yeah, but let's not get distracted. I want to know whether the states are willing to pay this price and will they be giving us the vaccines, and I need to know, and I want to know from all governments how much stock will you get when, and when can people start getting vaccinated, because frankly from where I stand right now, and as things are moving where more and more centers are shutting down, the center supply to the states is thinning out, slowing down at a remarkably fast pace. I don't even know what's going to happen on 1st of May. Suffice to say, there is no vaccine for all above the age of 18 that's going to start in any state from 1st of May. Charu Pragya, would that be correct?
Tanvi, this entire discussion is making me think of one thing. The opposition wants to kill innovation, they want to kill industries, they want to kill investment. And the people at Serum Institute have told us previously that there has to be money to ramp up the production of the vaccine. We are a massive country and we need a lot of vaccine. And because this entire debate is about the pricing of vaccine, let me remind everyone, this discussion is very short-lived, because the minute all the other vaccines are made available openly in the Indian market, in a few more months, it's going to be at the stake of the market. How any other pricing works out, it's going to be fair play for the people who are investing, for the people who are buying, and you'll be able to pick and choose. We already have 2 Indian vaccines, but Pfizer, Moderna, Sputnik, all these will be coming into the market. Indian other companies are also working on getting their vaccines approved by the government. So when you put it all together, it's a temporary debate. But I want to bring one thing to everybody's notice. When the center acquires vaccine, the states are getting it free of cost. Let them not forget that. They are not paying for the vaccines. 50% of the vaccines from Serum Institute, which is acquired by the central government, is being distributed to all the states free of cost. So when the states are debating the price, and it has gone down by 100 rupees, so we should actually be celebrating that and talking about that and saying that if one vaccine is down by 100 rupees, you're saving a lot of money multiplied by crores. The other part of this debate is that a lot of states have already made vaccination free above the age of 18. And over a period of time, I am very certain more and more states will follow suit. We saw it began with one state and it has spread to 20 today. So this entire discussion, I find it to be negative when it doesn't need to be negative, when we can focus on the positive aspects of vaccination, when we can use screen time given to us to talk about things which are going to help the people of India. Because anyway that I look at it, from whichever direction, this is a good bit of news for all the states, the price going down.
Okay, Anshul, Abhijit, would you want to respond to that? Why are we being so extremely negative when there is price reduction that's taken place?
You call 100% reduction a good piece of news. I mean, Charu is a very able advocate of BJP policies. At this time, she has no choice but to defend the indefensible. So there is nothing personal against that. I would just like to ask a few things, a few points that we raised, and very valid points, I must say, that as soon as we'll have other vaccines streaming into India, which is Pfizer, which is Moderna, which is Johnson & Johnson, then there's going to be no problem with this kind of pricing at all. I want to know from this government, because this was something that was announced a couple of weeks back, which are the vaccines which are going to come streaming into India? Which are the orders that have been placed with Pfizer, with Moderna? Have there been any orders at all? Have they agreed to come to India? And as far as India goes, I mean, you have two companies which are producing the vaccine. We haven't heard from Dr. Reddy's yet, or Sputnik. We don't know about their pricing, because that will add another layer, another dimension to the vaccine policy. I mean, ICMR and Bharat Biotech were seen to have produced this vaccine, Covaxin, together. I want to know who owns the patent to this vaccine, because if ICMR owns that particular patent, then why should the vaccine be 1,200 rupees? There is complete lack of clarity in which the patenting of this particular vaccine is concerned, because we are paying for the manufacture of that vaccine, because by all accounts, it was handed over for manufacture to Hafkin. And if it was done that by the ICMR, that means it does have that patent. There has been no diversification of the vaccine base in India. There are 20 manufacturers of vaccines. There's been no other diversification of the vaccine base. There has been no capital investment of vaccines at the moment. You know, there has been no compulsory licensing, which the Congress has been saying, which other people have been saying. Forget that I'm from the Congress at the moment. The entire critique of this vaccine policy has been coming from the courts, from the media, from the newspapers, from other medium. And, well, they can't always be congressmen, can they be? So one likes to know what is the kind of clarity.
You know, let me add to the point.
Why can't we just settle the situation and say...
Can I respond, Tanvi?
To just make it free. That's what I'm trying to say. Just settle the score and make it free.
Charu, do respond.
Yeah. So, two quick replies to the points raised by Anshul. One, I'm a spokesperson of Bharatiya Janata Party, not of the government. So me, like you, will have to wait for the government to come up with the prices of the other vaccines. Point number two, the vaccines made in India are the cheapest in the world. So even when the market opens up and the other nationality vaccines come into India, we are still at a very competitive level, because we are currently the cheapest in the world. Is it, have you checked the prices elsewhere? Is $20 cheaper than...
AstraZeneca is the most expensive, Charu. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I never do. And I apologize for interrupting, but that's completely wrong information. It's AstraZeneca is the most expensive. It's come out. It's more than $8 here. And in the US, in Europe, it's $2.5. I've checked all the prices. In Bangladesh, it's about $4. I mean, I've checked all the prices. It's the most expensive here. So you're completely misleading us. You know, the false narrative which the government says
let me add, let me just add that even at this price, this would be the cheapest option. Even at this price, which is more than what it is being sold at in other parts of the world, it will be the cheapest option, because while you may say Moderna, Pfizer and Sputnik, when they come into our markets, they're not going to be beating these prices, which is fine. If they're at a higher price, and people who can afford to pay a price should be paying the price for the vaccine, but it cannot be a replacement for this. And none of the states are going to look at it. You can take it written on paper from me. We've already got the first set of comments coming in from Kerala. We had similar comments coming in from Maharashtra. They're not looking at the foreign vaccines because they are so much more expensive. They're literally 5 times more expensive than what this is right now. Charu.
Yeah, that's true, Tanvi. And that's exactly why we have to make sure the production capacity of the vaccines which are being made in India gets ramped up. And how do you ramp up production if you're not putting in investments into these companies? So, you know, it's this entire one cycle that the opposition spokespersons refuse to understand, because you ramp up production when you can buy more raw material, and for that you need to put in the money. So, like I said, it's all interconnected. It's one big change, and you cannot say that one thing is possible without the other. Let's be practical about a few things. Let's focus instead on when the vaccination is available in the quantities that we would like it to be, what is going to be our plan to make sure the largest number of our population can be vaccinated at the earliest. It's our only hope to fight this pandemic the way we are going right now.
Can I come in over
Yes,
here?
okay. Let me bring in Manojit Mandal as well. Manojit Mandal, is this a price that your party is okay with? I mean, if you win and come back, will you be okay with this price? Manojit Mandal.
First of all, we have...
Quick point.
Can I come in? I've been waiting.
I'll come back to you, Charu. Let him make his first comments. From Manojit hasn't spoken yet. Let him speak, please. Yeah.
First of all, we have promised to the people of Bengal that we are going to pre-vaccinate them from 5th of May. That's a promise, and we are going to keep that promise. That is besides the point. I still want to understand, there are two governments, one in the center and one in all the states. Both are democratically elected governments. Why should be there two kinds of pricing? What was the government of India doing? They should have negotiated with the company for one single price. It could be 150, it could be 200, whatever. Since they are selling it at 150 till now, till 30th of April, for 45 plus people, why can't they sell it at 150 again? Because now the number will rise and they will make profit. My good friend from BJP was talking about the profit making to industry. I want to ask her, there are 35,000 crores rupees budget in the budget for vaccines. What are you doing with that? The budget that was sort of declared, only a few months back. What are you doing with that? What are you doing with the Central Vista project at this point in time when people are dying like rats? 20,000 crores. What is your priority? To make this building or to save the life of the people? You should have bought the vaccine for free. And
no, but Manojit Mandal, why should...
Let me make my point. No. First of, what we have been doing for the last 4 or 5 months. You could have ramped up. And again, the point that I made yesterday, one particular company, that is Bharat Biotech, we have infused money into this company for production of Covaxin. Then why, if our and your money is going into production of this particular vaccine, why are they charging 1,200 per dose? That's quite inexplicable. We have already invested into that company, because ICMR is the partner in this company where our money has been invested, and yet we are selling from our coffer the highest price for this particular vaccine, which was supposed to be produced by ICMR in collaboration with this particular company. We should have long time back given them some money for ramping up production. That should have happened in the month of November, so that now for the month of May you need 800 million doses. Yeah. 800 million doses. Why are they going to come from? Can these
one minute, please. 1 minute. Okay. So, but Manojit Mandal, point taken. Point taken, Manojit Mandal. They should have placed the orders much earlier. They would have gotten the same lower prices, perhaps, that the other countries have got. Should have placed a larger order considering our population. But the center has taken on the burden for everybody above the age of 45, for all frontline workers and for all healthcare workers. That burden they have taken on. What is left is the age of 18 to 45. Why can't the states also share some of that burden?
Tanvi, can I come in,
First
please?
of all, 40. No. First
Tanvi,
of all,
can I come
45 plus. This is
Yes,
a
no.
Jupla,
This is the question for TMC. Let Manojit
Jupla.
Mandal respond to it. Yeah.
I have taken vaccines because of 45 and comorbidity, and I had to pay 150 rupees. Right? So that's not free. I tell you.
Why?
I can show you the receipt. That's not free. That is again a jumla.
Go to a government
That is your choice.
Are charging 250
Go to a
rupees.
government
250 each for 2 doses of vaccines. I can show
Yeah,
you
but
the
you could have
receipt.
gone to a
That's
government
not coming
hospital.
free everywhere.
Hospital.
No. Even government hospitals are definitely should make sure. So you say that there is always a qualifier. So it's not free for everybody.
God.
45 plus is not free for everybody, right? It's free only in some pockets for some hospitals, not for all the hospitals.
Valid argument I have heard in
Okay,
my entire
one
life.
at a time, please. One at a time.
What kind? So then you don't
One at a
say
time.
that
Yes,
this is
yes.
free. You have not made it.
Okay.
free
I
for
can't
the private
understand
hospitals.
any of
They
you.
are charging
Please
150
understand.
plus
Calm
100,
down, calm down,
150
everybody.
Right now till 30th April.
This is not a conversation where you need to yell so much over each other. Calm down, everybody. Come on. Let's have a civil debate. This is a very important issue. People need to understand you are not fighting for votes here. We are discussing vaccination. I'm just going to ask my team to, if our panelists are not listening, to please help me out here. Let's calm down. I don't want this kind of a chilly on this show. Please go to other channels if you want to do that. Let's have a civil debate, a constructive debate of what happens from here on. We've done enough debates on what could have been done, should have been done. Now we are debating what should be done from here on. Yes, Charu Pragya, I couldn't hear you over Manojit Mandal. What is the point that you were trying to make?
Point number one, Mr. Mandal could have gone to a government hospital and got the vaccination for free. He chose to go to a private center. If he can afford to pay for it, I think he should pay for it. Point number two, the government has taken the responsibility to vaccinate free of cost all frontline workers and every single citizen of India above the age of 45. So that's a large chunk of our population taken care of. Plus, all the production which comes from the vaccine companies, 50% of it, the government is acquiring and giving it to you for free. You're getting it for free. Above 45, you're already administering free. The government is giving you its quota from the center, 50%, it comes to you free. There are people who are happy and willing to pay for their vaccine themselves because they can afford it. That you don't have to pay for. Why are you being so unfair? Do you have no responsibilities? You want to run a government but run away from responsibilities for your people. That's exactly what your defenseless argument was.
Can I rebut?
Can I
Okay.
come here, please?
Yes. Yes. First from Manojit Mandal, and then we go across to others. Yes.
First of all, in that case, then you say that it's not entirely free. It should always add a qualifier, right? There are n number of private hospitals in this country who are, in fact, I tell you, who are getting more vaccines than the government hospital. And what is the mystery behind it? We all know. I don't need to tell it. You don't have the vaccines even now till 30th April in the government hospitals. As my good friend from Shivshan has already talked about. Even in Bengal, there are almost some kinds of vaccine rioting taking place in the government hospital. You go to the private hospital, we get it. How could this happen? We know, because this government is very private happy, industry happy. We know. That's not the point. The simple point is why there should be two kinds of pricing. And point number two, how are you going to get the vaccines? Even the states are paying. They'll not get the vaccines in the next 6 months, I tell you. Next 6 months, they cannot get 80 crores of vaccine doses for the first dose. How are you going to get this? This humongous number, can this company get us the vaccines even if we pay? Can you assure that? You can't. Just we want an assurance from the company or from the central government who is brokering.
When it comes to what you do with the vaccines that the center is giving you, Manojit Mandal, please get your facts straight. It is the responsibility for distribution, and however you want to distribute and wherever you want to use how many stocks is up to the state government, not the center, once the center has allocated you your vaccines. But I want to come to a larger point. Vaccine pricing is one aspect. We've heard everybody out there. The second aspect is, when are we getting these vaccines? And what are the efforts that each of the states or the parties are making for that? And Sheetal Mhatre, let's start with you, and then Preeti Sharma, I'm coming to you next. But Sheetalji, even the Maharashtra government seems to be indicating that international will be later, because one, Sputnik is not coming to India for at least till 3rd week of May. The others, you will issue the tender, you will look at the prices when it will happen. So what should the people of Maharashtra be ready for? Already we know that you have reduced the Mumbai vaccination to only people eligible for second dose. There are not any fresh vaccinations taking place in Mumbai.
मैडम, ये हमें क्यों करना पड़ रहा है? क्योंकि हमारे पास वैक्सीन नहीं आ रही है। हमने पूरी तैयारी की है कि सबको वैक्सीन मिलना चाहिए और देने के लिए हम पूरे तैयार हैं, लेकिन वैक्सीन हमको सेंट्रल से नहीं आ रही है। अभी मैं डिबेट सुन रही थी कि कितने में आ रहा है, सबको हम फ्री दे रहे हैं। भाई दे रहे हैं ना, लेकिन वो टाइम पे दे दो। आज हमारे यहाँ पे 4-4, 5-5 घंटे 60-70 के एज के लोग खड़े रह रहे हैं, फिर भी वैक्सीन नहीं मिल रही है। आज हमें हमारी जो गवर्नमेंट का हॉस्पिटल है वो हमें बंद करना पड़ रहा है, वैक्सीन नहीं मिल रही है इसके लिए। तो ये किसकी जिम्मेदारी है? अभी ये सेंट्रल की जिम्मेदारी नहीं है कि हमको वैक्सीन टाइम पे दे दे। और आप बोल रहे हैं कि हम स्टेट को दे रहे, हमारे सीएम साहब फोन कर रहे हैं, हम लोग मांग रहे हैं कि हमको चाहिए। आज महाराष्ट्र में सबसे ज्यादा कोविड केसेस है, फिर भी हमको मदद नहीं मिल रही है। ये राजनीति नहीं है। आज हमारे लोग वैक्सीन के लिए हम मांग रहे हैं कि हमको वैक्सीन चाहिए, हमें वैक्सीन दे दो। हमारे यहाँ पे कोविड बढ़ रहा है, हमारे लोग रास्ते पे उतरे हैं, उनको वैक्सीन चाहिए, फिर भी हमको वैक्सीन नहीं दे रहे हैं। हमें क्या करना चाहिए अभी? जब भी 1 तारीख से हम 18 से 45 के एज के लोगों को देंगे, उसकी तैयारी भी हम कर रहे हैं, लेकिन 45 के अबो के लोगों का देने की जिम्मेदारी तो सेंट्रल ने ली थी। वो क्यों नहीं निभा रहे? क्यों हमें वैक्सीन नहीं दे रहे? इसका जवाब कौन देगा हमें? आज हमारे लोग रास्ते पे गर्मियों में इधर घूम रहे हैं, वैक्सीन के लिए लाइन लगा रहे हैं। 5-5 सुबह 6 बजे से लाइन लग रही है। कौन है इसका जिम्मेदार? कौन देगा हमको वैक्सीन?
Tanvi, can I come in?
बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने। Preeti Sharma Menon, yes, Preeti Sharma Menon.
I think what Sheetal ji has said is a very pertinent point. The fact is that we have not ordered adequate vaccines. The central government was supposed to distribute the first lot. We are supposed to buy from 1st May onwards. The consequence of that is that many places like Mumbai, and while my government is in Delhi, I live in Mumbai, we know how senior citizens have been literally running pillar to post to get their second dose. And you've seen that how in Mumbai now we have no vaccines available. The government is ready to procure. See, there is no harm in states bearing the burden of the cost. As long as the procurement is one and at one price, there'll be no confusion. The central government should have procured all the vaccines and told the states, here is your bill. Pass the bill to them. 50% of the bill is yours, 50% of the bill is mine. Say 70% of the bill is of that of the states and 25% is mine. Let the states pay 100% of the bill, but let the central government procure and distribute properly, because now there's going to be even more chaos. With the central government procuring stock, states vying with each other to procure stocks, private hospitals procuring stocks, there's going to be more chaos and lack of availability. And this is then where black marketing, hoarding, and availability for the privileges comes in. Then the common people are not going to get their vaccines at all. And it is very elitist to say people who can afford to pay. The entire vaccines are by people. People have paid taxes. And please remember, in this country, the money comes from indirect taxes. Any garib person is also paying a tax. Jo 2 rupees ka bus ka ticket khareedta hai, that person is also paying tax. So this is 65% of the money comes from indirect revenues. The whole country has paid for the revenue. We are already paying for the vaccines. The citizens are paying for the vaccines. Now, the only thing that the central government has to do is to procure them together at one price and make the states pay for it. The states are not shying from paying for it. The states are happy to pay the bill. All we are saying is stop this dichotomy. Don't charge different prices for different people, and don't make different channels of procurement available, because that's going to lead to chaos. There's already chaos happening in many states. And today, when we've realized that the only thing that we have to fight against COVID is the vaccine, I have people in my family who were ill, who had the vaccine and who got better. I had people in my family who were ill, who did not have the vaccine. They were ill earlier and they passed away. We all know that. We all know that the absence of vaccine can kill our family members. It can kill us. And therefore, the seriousness has to be there in procuring it in one price for the whole nation. Make the states pay for it. Let them pay 100% for it. If the center doesn't have money, I'm sure all states will be willing to pay for their populations. but procure it at one price and distribute it evenly and in a methodical manner. The chaos that is going to unleash on this nation from 1st May. We have ordered, Delhi government has already ordered, but we don't see any sight of the consignment. We don't even see the central government 1st May stock coming in. We have not even seen the stock that we've ordered coming in.
You know, I think very soon what is going to happen, Preeti, is that state after state will have to start announcing that people should not start queuing up above the age of 18 starting 1st of May. Now, many states are already in one or the other kind of a lockdown or a curfew mode, so that is a separate thing. But it shouldn't be, and the state governments will have to make it clear that if you don't have the vaccine stocks, which you mostly will not, by 30th April, then please make these announcements so that people don't start crowding on 1st of May. That kind of chaos and mayhem in the middle of this COVID catastrophe is just going to be a very difficult thing to handle. Charu Pragya, last response from you over what has been raised by the two ladies.
Tanvi, first of all, the opposition shifts the goalposts. First, they say COVID was handled centrally, not done, decentralized. We'll manage it. We decentralized, they have a problem. Vaccination. First, they say, give it to us for free. Now, Preeti is saying that I am willing to pay 100% of the price for the vaccines. Point number 3. I have just checked the availability of vaccine in India. As of now, it is more than 1.5 crore doses. Please administer these first, and before that is over, the government will make sure the supplies come to you. Also, when you talk about the disparity of prices, remember, whatever the center is acquiring, it comes to you for free. So all the vaccines which the center is purchasing, you're paying 0 rupees for it. You're not paying for it at all. For your population above the age of 45, you're not paying for them at all. 0 rupees again. It's a very, very tiny burden that you have to bear, and you must bear that burden if you want more vaccines, because production has to be ramped up. In any case, give it a little more time. Production will ramp up here. Foreign vaccines will come into the Indian market. There's going to be no scarcity of vaccination. I want to end on a positive note, Tanvi. I request all opposition.
Well, I don't know where you're getting your number 1.5 crore dose from. Charu, I don't know where you're getting your 1.5 crore doses from. If that is my own estimates and our own internal estimates would show that there are more doses, and hopefully so, because 1.5 crore dose at the pace of 25 lakh doses every day are going to last us for precisely 6 days in all. 6 days in all. So please, that's not even enough to be vaccinating those who need their second dose, who are in the window for their second dose, let alone the people who are still queuing up for their first dose. Unfortunately, that's the reality. Now, if we've decided to open it up, I don't know what math we did, because those vaccine doses are not there. Either we should have prepared better, moved faster, moved sooner, brought in other companies, brought in other vaccines, the worldwide, the ones which are being used, ramped up the production. We are sanctioning of 4,500 crore now this month. We should have done it 6 months ago, ramped up the production and had more vaccines in the market. The fact that the vaccine hub of the world is now looking at such low numbers of production for a country our size is unfortunate. The reality now is that the stocks are low. The states will have to get on to the drawing board and decide what their strategy will be up until they have any clarity on when they are getting the doses. State after state, from Kerala, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Telangana have told us that there isn't clarity on when they are getting the doses. Aam Aadmi Party just said the same as far as the national capital is concerned. Chhattisgarh has also said the same thing. They don't know when they are getting their quota. So all you are left with is the current quota that the central government has, and that is perhaps what is only going to continue starting 1st May. This is a reality check for our viewers. Not much is going to change on ground from 1st of May. Please bear that in mind. We all hope, though, very quickly our vaccine manufacturers are able to ramp it up and get it to the states and to the people who need it the most. Thank you to all of the panelists who joined us on this conversation.